Hello, it's Ashley here. It's actually my birthday as I'm filming this. I'm quite excited. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. No, it might be a bit longer, a bit later than that actually. Yes, and the sun is out. It looks like it's going to be a lovely, lovely day. Mr. Paper&Twine has gone off to get ingredients to make me dinner. I'm going to have some champagne tonight and some scallops and risotto. So I'm very excited about that. He did say, did I want to go out? And I said I'd rather stay at home actually, as the weather's nice. There is a really nice gastro pub not far from where we live, and he tried to get in for Sunday lunch today, but it was a few weeks ago, but it was fully booked. So he's promised he's gonna take me there soon. Anyway, it is my mum's birthday tomorrow, so we're gonna make a card together. I'll show you what we're gonna make in a minute, but I've had some commissions from work colleagues. Two ladies both want cat themed cards, so here are some that I've made. The one customer has made their decision. I've shown them all the cards and they want this one, so if the other lady wants this as well, I'm going to have to make another one, but that's all just Lavinia stamps there. Yeah, it's just me, isn't it? So there's that. It's a 5x7 card. The other card, this is Stamperia paper. Somebody gifted me, and I have an idea it might be Mellis Makes, gifted me the Orchids and Cats 8x8 paper set, and I've just matted on some, can't remember what colour that is. I don't know whether I've distress inked that or not, but just a simple cat. This lady didn't want to spend very much money, so it's just a really simple card, a little bit of glitter on there. I don't know whether you can see. This one I like. This is Funky Fossil sets with a hunky-dory sentiment. Just a bit of watercolouring, some stenciling. I've just drawn, can you see the little gemmies on the crown? So there's that one. This one is a funny shape. I think it's an 8. It's an 8 1/4 by 4 by 5, 8 1/4 by 5. So I hope I can make an envelope to fit that. But yes, again, Stamperia Orchids and Cats. So I fussy cut this cat and mounted it up, and then I've mounted this little window panel up, so it looks like it's in the wall. And then you open this little window, there's some acetate, and there's another little cat peeking out. Yes, I've got shutters in my craft room now. Everything is coming on apace. I'm so excited. We've gone and chosen carpets yesterday. We're having 4 bedrooms carpeted, my room and the living room. And decorators coming 10th of July to decorate my room. So the great craft room refurb D-stash is going to start soon. Yes, I've got to have a real sort out before the 10th of July, get all the furniture out of here. I'm so excited. But it's lovely, the shutters. I thought it was going to block out lots of light, but actually it doesn't. And it's also perfect for filming, because when the sun does come in, it's actually diffused light a bit. So yeah, anyway, here's the other card that I've made, and this little thing flips over. So this is, I've made a card like this before. So again, Funky Fossil stamps and stencil, and I've stenciled through kind of like just a rainbow one. I stuck this on upside down after I'd stamped the sentiment. I wanted to have the red in the top corner, so it was like a rainbow going that way, but it doesn't matter, does it? The fish swim in all directions, so that's fine. Yeah, so I stenciled and with just a rainbow colour of inks, and then I've gone through again with Snowfall grit paste. It just makes those colours really, really vibrant. Anyway, I can see that we've already been at 4 minutes and I haven't done anything yet. So pop that there. In my new craft room refurb, there is going to be nothing on the windowsill, which is good. Anyway, a lot of you requested that I show you how to make this card that I made at Hazel's, and that is what we are going to do. It might be quite a long video. I think it will be, seeing as I'm already at 4.5 minutes. I have got a coffee that Barry has very kindly made me. So give Barry your order and settle down for some crafting. So I was going to use, all of these things are Julie Hickey designer series designed by Hazel Eaton, my friend who owns Dragon's Papercraft in Rugby. And if you're ever in the area, it's well worth a visit. Hazel and Paul are very knowledgeable. Hazel is on all the craft TV channels demonstrating. She's on Julie Hickey's design team. Yeah, not bad. She started off on Rugby Market selling paper pads on Rugby Market, and now look where she is. She's had a shop well over 10 years, and long may it continue, I say. Anyway, yes, I thought I might use the Dragonfly, but actually these dies are slightly too big for these panels. There's not enough definition, and there's not little clusters of dragonflies. I mean, I understand why, because dragonflies tend to fly in ones or twos anyway. Yeah, and I didn't think that that was going to make enough impact on the middle panel. So we're going to stick with butterflies. And I've chosen my colour palette. I've chosen Uncharted Mariner. You need something that's got a bit of depth. I mean, ideally you need a light, medium and a dark. So Shaded Lilac is kind of like my medium, and Kitsch Flamingo. Those are the colours that I've gone for. Let me tell you what you need. You can do this style of card obviously with anything that you've got. You could use die cut toppers from Hunky Dory, you could use patterned paper, but we're going to get inky today, and I might have to pause you while I go and get some brushes. Actually, hold on, I'm back. Anyway, let me tell you what you will need. You will need a piece of A3 card. Hazel does actually sell 15 by 42 centimetre card blanks, which would be ideal, but I don't have any of those. So I'm going to cut my A3 card down, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So that's for the card base. Then for all the pieces, you're going to need 2 pieces of A4 card, and Hazel's really good at getting the most out of a sheet of A3. But I'm not going to bore you with that. I'll just tell you the dimensions of what you need. I've cut these already to save time. So for the middle panel, it's going to go inside the card where you write your greeting. You will need a piece that's 13.5 by 14.5, and it's really important that you have it in the right orientation to fit in the middle panel of the card when you come to work on this. You need 3 pieces that are 14 centimetres by 5, 3 pieces that are 13.5 by 4.5, and 2 pieces for the inside that are 6.5 by 14.5. So that is what you need for that. So I'll just pop those there. For the card base itself, you need to score your panel at 7 centimetres and 14 centimetres on both sides. And then you're going to fold and burnish. So this is what I'm going to do before I cut my card down to 15 centimetres. Now, it won't go through my paper trimmer if I put it lengthways in my paper trim. So I'm just going to burnish that, and then I'm going to cut this now to 15 centimetres. I just need to go to my other paper trimmer. Bear with. I'm going to actually come to this. Right, okay. I haven't got enough space. That's the problem. I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to having my room done. Right, so I think that's 15. I think that is 15 centimetres there. I'm just going to measure, because 15 centimetres is on the join in my paper trimmer, in my rotary cutter, and as I'm going through 2 layers of card, I need to use this. I'm just making sure. Yeah, that's perfectamundo. And we'll just cut through this. So the second one isn't going to be quite long enough to make 2 cards, because A3 just isn't quite long enough. So there we go. That is our card base. I will show you all the stamps that I'm using in a minute, and you will have some scraps out of your A3. A4, keep those for die cutting. So what you want to do is then, where you've done your first burnish, fold it back on itself. Got not a very neat edge there. I'll have that at the bottom so it won't be so noticeable. And then fold that back on itself. And this is super smooth 300 GSM, which is a dream to work on. I wonder if I can just trim a smidge off that, just to get rid of that untidy line at the bottom. I'm just trimming a little hair's breadth off, just not even a millimetre. There we go, I think that's got that nice and neat. So you end up with this arrangement, and this in itself would make a nice card, you know, with something inside like that. There we go. Right, now we can get inky and messy. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you on fast forward, because otherwise we're going to be here for hours. Just bear with. I don't like the colours. No, the colours are fine actually. What I don't like is the fact that my brushes are dirty and I haven't got true colours. So I'm just doing some die cutting at the moment. I'm just counting how many of these big butterflies I need out of the die cutting set. There's the very large one, the small one and the medium one. So medium, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need 4 small. So I'm going to die cut those and come back to you. My word, it's taking an absolute age to do this. I think it's taken me longer than when I did it in the workshop. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we are going to stamp the large butterfly to go on the front of our card in 3 different colours of ink. Now, I am hopeless at matching things up. So, here is my die cut. Here is the waste from that die cut. Here is the stamp. This is the way that I've found is easiest to do it. So I'm going to place my butterfly stamp, coordinating stamp, onto my stamp platform. I've got sticky grid here from Ranger. I'm going to just stamp in a light colour. It doesn't really matter what colour. And it doesn't even matter if it's not fully stamped. And I'm going to stamp onto my sticky grid so that I can see where the image is, and I can line up the excess bit with the debris firkin. It's good English, isn't it? And you can't even see because I'm out of shot. My desk's an absolute, what's the word I'm looking for? Nightmare. And then I can put my die cut piece back in. And what I want to do is randomly ink in my 3 colours, which were Kitsch Flamingo, Shaded Lilac and Uncharted Mariner. So I'm going to go with the Kitsch Flamingo to start with. And again, it doesn't matter if I don't get a complete, but you can see I've got good placement there. I'm going to give it a wipe and a dry. And then I'm going to go in with my Shaded Lilac. It's this bit that's not got any ink on it. I'll go in and stamp some more. And then I'm going to go with a little bit of Uncharted Mariner just around some of the edges like that, just to give a little bit of definition. There we go. But I found that this is the best way of kind of making sure that I get an okay stamped image out of my die cut. Now, I have got somewhere some stickles. I use Stardust all the time and I've nearly run out, but I found this twinkle. So scrap paper, I've got scrap paper here. I'm just gonna squeeze out, yes, let's see the twinkle coming out now. I'm just going to do some lines of this just so that it gives a little bit of subtle shimmer, and set that aside to dry for a moment. Then I've got one more little bit of stamping to do. That can go in the bin. I have got here, there is a coordinating die and stamp sentiment set. Hazel is very clever. She has got lots of things that coordinate. So everything in her collection, which you can get from most independent craft retailers, but obviously from her as well, everything coordinates. And she's got circles and squares So the circle stamp set that I've used, like the rings, there's a square one as well. So because I've used a circle stencil, I'm going with this. I've done the same thing. Oh, I'm going to stamp first, aren't I? Just stamp on my thing so I know where I've got to put my what's it. This is such a long video, I'm really sorry. I know people don't watch all the way through anyway. Let's put you here. Take you off, pop you on there. Give you a bit of an inking up. Don't need these anymore, so they can go out of the way. We need to have a big tidy up after this. It's really difficult to know what to get my mum for her birthday. She's totally housebound. She can't go out anywhere, so I can't take her for lunch. But we are going over on Tuesday because obviously I'm working Monday, me and my husband, and we're going to take lunch that I'm going to make tomorrow when I come home from work. Okay, so you can see there I've got the birthday wishes. I'm going to put this like so that I get kind of like an equal border all the way round roughly. I love this sticky grid, and you can get lots of uses out of it, you know. Place my die, so it's a bit like paper piecing. Give a nice little stamp, little ink up, and there are broken lines in this. It's not completely, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not completely outlined. There we go. We'll let that dry a little bit, and then we're going to paint in some colours with that. Just some of the circles just to add a little bit. So that's that. That can go in the bin. Although I could have saved it for another time, couldn't I? Actually, do you know, that might have been a good thing to do. I'll do that next time. Keep my little excess bits as templates. Don't need my stamp platform anymore. We can start to assemble. Thank goodness for that, you're all saying. So on the inside, here's this hot mess that I really do not like. That is smudged there. I didn't get a clean impression. So if I'd done this for a magazine commission, I'd have to start all over because I couldn't do, you know, I couldn't submit that. So in the middle, I'm going to stick my darker butterfly. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like the colours I've chosen there, the way that they've worked together. Don't like them. But what is one to do? So roughly in the middle, like so. And then I'm going to go pink. Then I'm going to go lilac. Like so. Oh, I've lost one of my little, oh no, there it is. I should have lost one of my little butterflies then. So I've just die cut these and not stamped them, just blended the ink on. And put you all there like so. Look, see, I've got some little black marks there as well. And then this one at the top. Like so. That's not looking too bad. Then I can bring in the 3 panels. So I've just gone ahead and done these. You don't need to see me stamp and mount things on, do you? So this is going to be my bottom panel. This is going to be my middle panel. and this is going to be my top panel. So before I affix these to the card, I need to just work on this. So just make sure that that is dry. We will glue it on. About like so. On these front panels, you want to leave quite a lot of white space. Now, let's get a little block. Let's get a brush, and we'll have a little bit of shaded lilac. Little drop of water for that. Little drop of water from the Kitsch Flamingo. Only need the tiniest bit, not too much there really. There we go. And my little fine brush. So you don't want to colour all of these in. Let's have a little look. I didn't even check that my brush was clean. We'll start with here, I think. And I think I want a bit of pink here. You could heat set this black ink in clear embossing powder if you wanted to. We'll do shaded lilac there. Should we do a bit of Uncharted Mariner? Yeah, let's do a little bit of Uncharted Mariner just to break things up a little bit. Get a little bit on there. See, you only need the tiniest, smearest little smear. Right. Where should we do a bit of that? We'll have a little bit here, I think, just to add a bit of definition. If you were worried about your VersaFine ink moving, you could use archival ink to stamp in. We'll have a little bit of that there. Let's just clean the brush. And we'll have some more pink, because that's one of my mum's favourite colours. Where should we have a pink? We'll have a pink there. And we'll have a pink there. And then we'll have a lilac here. There we go. That's all. Oh, I think I need a colouring in one there. We'll do a bit more shaded, not shaded lilac, we'll do a little bit more Uncharted Mariner. There we go. That's all I'm going to do with that. Wipe my brush so it's clean, ready for next time, because I don't think it was clean this time. And then we've got the final countdown. I've made a right pig's ear of this, I tell you. Right, now, what you want to do is bring in your card, and you're going to start with this at the top. And this at the bottom. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put I'm going to put glue on this top bit here. And make sure that this is completely lined up side to side and at the top. Going to do the same here. Put some glue and make sure that this is lined up side to side and completely at the bottom. And you'll see why we left these kind of areas not particularly inked. Let's just make sure that I'm happy with that. You see, that wasn't very good. That's the beauty of collal. It has a really good wiggle room time, because you want this to slot in so that it will slide. So we're going to do our glue here. I love this fun fold, so thank you, Hazel, for showing us this. I've got a magazine commission coming up using some stamps, creative stamping for 3 masculine cards, and it's music themed, and I'm going to use this as one of my cards. She wants a square card, so that's what I'm going to do. That's all our heavy duty gluing done. Let's see if my butterfly is dry. You see that lovely little iridescent twinkle on there? I'm just going to fold his wings, or her wings, I think it's a her. My glue's spurted out. Somebody said it's because I've got my lid on too tight. And then we want that kind of about there, like so. Put it down flat. And there we have it. Just smudged all that stickles I put on because it wasn't completely dry, but never mind. But can you see how I quite like the front of it and I quite like the inside? When that's dry, I'll come back